Hi everyone, and welcome to Basic Training, a new video series from LAFLA's Veterans Justice Center, where we tell you the basics of the law and tips you should know as a former service member. My name is Mallory Andrews. I'm a housing attorney with our Veterans Justice Center, and I work exclusively with veterans. If you have any questions over the next few minutes, go ahead and put them in the chat box. We'll try to get to them at the end, but as always, you're welcome to call us or apply online for legal assistance. Now, housing is one of the main reasons why veterans seek legal assistance, and COVID-19 has only made housing issues that much more complex. So today, I want to talk to you about a few new developments in the law that could help protect you as a tenant. LAFLA's Eviction Defense Center just put out an in-depth video about this last Tuesday, so if you want all of the details, go ahead and watch that. We're just going to be covering the highlights today. The first thing I want to talk to you about is an order from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC. The CDC actually issued this order several months ago, but its protections were just extended through March 31st of 2021. So what does it do? Basically, if you've had a financial impact due to COVID, you can submit a declaration to your landlord, and your landlord wouldn't be able to evict you until after the end of March. Financial impact is a limited definition under the CDC order. It has to be a loss of income or significant medical expenses that are directly related to COVID-19. The language in the declaration is very specific, as are the requirements leading up to it. So if you have questions about this, please give us a call. We can walk you through the process, make sure that you're eligible, and even give you a sample declaration to give to your landlord. The second law that I want to talk to you about is the Tenant Relief Act. The Tenant Relief Act was actually passed in August of 2020, but a new law, SB 91, extends its protections through June 30th of 2021. The Tenant Relief Act has several important differences from the CDC order. Financial impact is a much broader definition. It could be loss of a job, reduced hours at work, increased expenses, childcare expenses, or really any circumstances that are directly related to COVID-19. If you've had this financial impact, you may be entitled to protection against eviction for covered rent. So how do you get protected? Well, first, you have to submit a declaration to your landlord about your financial impact. And second, you have to pay 25% of your rent for the covered period. That covered period is September 2020 through June 30th of 2021, and the payment is due by June 30th of 2021. Do both of these things, submit a declaration, pay 25%, and your landlord can never evict you for the remaining 75% of your rent balance. But a couple of things that are important to note. First, it's probably a good idea to submit a declaration every month if you can. Don't make this payment in cash, and really never make any payments to your landlord in cash. Write a note on your payment stating exactly what the payment is for, 25% rent payment, COVID payment, for whatever months you're covering. And finally, although your landlord can never evict you for that 75% rent balance, it is still a valid debt, and your landlord can try to collect it in other ways like a small claim suit. But one of the great things about SB 91 is that they're going to be rolling out a rental assistance program. Another huge thing about the Tenant Relief Act is that it extends just cause protections to every tenant in California. What this means is that your landlord has to have a valid reason to evict you. And this could be something that's your fault, right? It could be that you breached your lease or committed a nuisance on the property, or it could be something that's completely out of your control, right? Maybe your landlord just wants to move into the property themselves. Regardless, if you get an eviction notice from your landlord, give us a call and we can help make sure that it's a valid eviction notice. We talked about the law. Now I kind of want to talk about a few resources and tips for you. If you haven't heard of it already, there's a program called Supportive Services for Veteran Families, or SSVF. If you're a veteran who cannot pay your rent and you could become homeless as a result, call your local SSVF program to see if you qualify for rental assistance. Finally, for any veterans out there on Section 8 or HUD-VASH, you are still qualified for all these protections and programs, but more importantly, if you're experiencing a financial impact because of COVID-19, report that change in income to your HUD-VASH case manager and the housing authority. Your rent portion should be adjusted accordingly. I hope this information was helpful for you. Please tune in next month. We're going to have another episode on veterans non-service connected pension. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day.